Hey everyone, welcome to the video week. Today's video of the week is my WWE 2K18 wish list. Now, again, I just wanted to point this out. These are my wishes to see who's in the game. Some of these guys are already given that they will be in the game, or more likely that they will be in the game because they were in last year's game, but it's not confirmed. That's why I'm just saying. And some of them are regular stars, so just bear with me. These are just people that I think I would be happy if they are all included in the game, or at least a couple of them are included in the game. So we're gonna start out with Raw or Monday Night Raw. The 10 people I selected for Monday Night Raw that I would be happy for if they have them in the game is Finn Balor, number one. Obviously, I'm a Finn Balor fan, but obviously he's going to be in the game more likely because he was in last year's game, so that's just a given one. Also, number two is another one that's obviously going to be in the game for two reasons, and that is Seth Rollins. First reason was he's obviously was in last year's game, but also because he is the cover star of 2K18. Number three is Dean Ambrose, who was in last year's game as well, so we're just going to breeze past them. Number four is Bray Wyatt, who was also in last year's game, so it's pretty much given. Now, the first one that was not in last year's game is Mickie James. I think she would be a great person to bring back into a WWE game. I think a lot of fans think that she should be in the game. I honestly think that if she would be included in the game, she would definitely be one of the go-to women competitors for you to fight, or in order to fight as. Number six, I actually incorporated because they are technically Raw competitors, some of the Cruiserweight guys. So the first Cruiserweight guy I would love to see in the game is none other than TJ Perkins or TJP. I think he'd be a great addition to the game. And actually, I think if WWE was to add the Cruiserweights to where they can fight outside of the Cruiserweight division, would be perfect too, because there's some guys that I would love to see the likes of the Cruiserweights fight on the main roster besides Cruiserweight competitors. Number seven is another Cruiserweight wrestler in Akira Tozawa. And I honestly think that they should add him because of, think of the scenarios that you could actually have. You could have Seth Rollins take on Akira Tozawa, or for example. Number eight, Elias Sampson. I think that I speak for a lot of people in, yes, Elias Sampson's character is a bad guy or a heel in some cases, but I would love to see him in the game and incorporate how they add and how they look at him in the wrestling world. But moving on, number nine is Jack Gallagher, another Cruiserweight competitor. I mean, again, look at some of the ways that you could use Jack in the ring in WWE 2K18. It'd be amazing. And the last one was actually in 2K17 as a downloadable content is Austin Aries, but I think if he were to be added to the game as a playable character for all people, no matter if you are pre-order or not, or whatever, I think he would be a great addition to the game. Moving on to SmackDown Live. Again, some of these guys are pretty much given that they will be in the game, but just bear with me. Number one is AJ Styles, another person that's pretty much going to be thrown in the game anyways, but still. Number two is another downloadable content guy that was in 2K17, but I wish that he's a playable character for all people in 2K18, and that is Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10. I think a lot of people would love to play as Ty. Number three is another downloadable content person, and that is Nakamura. He's a fan favorite on SmackDown, and I honestly think that he should be included in the game for all people. Number four is the guy that was originally already in 2K17, but I wanted to point this out, a reason why I added him to this. That's Tyler Breeze as the Fashion Police. And obviously, which means number 6 is Fandango as well as the Fashion Police. So if they were both in the game as the Fashion Police, I think it would be perfect. Number 6 is, and 7 also go together, which is Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis. I don't know if they will be added in the game because they recently just kind of came to the WWE and they first kind of just debuted, so I don't know if they made the cut or not, but it looks as if maybe they could be a downloadable content down the line, but I think that they should be incorporated in the game. It will be amazing. Number 8 and 9 still kind of go together, which are the Singh brothers, which obviously means they would have to have add Jinder Mahal, but I honestly think that he would be in the thing anyways. So if they would add the Singh brothers, it would be perfect. You could do 6-man tag team matches with them. And the last SmackDown competitor, even though I don't really care for him on screen, but James Ellsworth, I think it would be an interesting person to add to the roster because look at some of the matches people could do. You could have James Ellsworth taking on Randy Orton, AJ Styles, whoever else. Now moving on to our NXT. Now NXT have only selected 9 people. Number 1 was a person that was in the game last year, but Asuka. I think if she's in this game as well, it would be amazing. Number 2, Ember Moon is a person that I think me and a lot of other people are hoping to be making her debut in 2K18. Number 3 and 4 go together in Akam and Razor, the authors of Pain. I think they are added to the game. A lot of fans are going to be excited to be wrestling as them or to even be fighting them in the game. Number 5 through 8 go together as well, which is Sanity or Eric Young, Nikki Cross, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane. Now, I don't know if they will be added or not, but I honestly think that if you were to create your own stable or your own created guys, and create them into a group of people, and you can have them fight Sanity, I think that's a dream thing that I would love to do, and I think a lot of fans would enjoy that as well. And the last NXT competitor I have chose that I hope is in the game is Cassius Ohno. He was in WWE before, but he recently came back recently. And I honestly think he would be a great addition to 2K18. I mean, you can actually have Cassius Ohno fight Big Cass if you wanted to. And these are the legends that I've selected that I hope will be in the game. However, some of them more likely probably will not be, or will be because of them being in the last year's game. But the first legend I want to see in the game, I think I share with everybody else, is Kurt Angle. More likely, I think that if anything, Kurt Angle will be added in the game as a downloadable content or pre-order person, but who knows. Number 2 is a former Cruiserweight competitor, is Tajiri. I think Tajiri should be added as a legend because he was a part of the Cruiserweights for a little bit of time, and who knows if he will or not, though. Number 3 and 4 were in last year's game, so it could possibly happen that he will be in this one again, and that's Papa Shango and The Godfather, which was amazing additions for me. I liked them in the game. Number 5, Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool has been out of WWE for quite some time. I honestly think that she's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But I think if she would be added into this game, it would be amazing. Because she was a fantastic female competitor. 6 and 7 were also in the last year's game, which was Trish Stratus and Lita. So I think more likely they will be in the game because they're more popular women legends in the past. Number 8 was also in last year's game, which was Dusty Rhodes, and I think if Dusty's in this game, I'm begging that WWE to be kind enough to try to fix him up, because last year's game, if I'm sharing my predictions, his character did not really look like Dusty. But number 9 is the woman that went into the Hall of Fame last year, and that is Beth Phoenix. I honestly think if they would add Beth Phoenix to the game, it's going to be absolutely insane. And the last woman, or the last person for the Legends that I've chosen is Bret Hart, who obviously will probably be in the game because he was in last year's game. But anyways, with that said, that was my wish list for the upcoming WWE 2K18 game. I hope you guys agree with me or are excited for the upcoming WWE 2K18 game as much as I will be. Again, have a great day and peace. And next Wednesday's video of the week is my WWE Raw pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire predictions video. Peace.